today we're going to talk about fall. I know you guys are just as excited as I am about fall season coming because this heat, these critters, have just been awful this season. I don't know about you, but if you've been following me on my journey on this growing season, you know I have encountered a few things in my garden that I didn't think I'd ever see, and one of them being a hornworm. Yep, I said it, a hornworm. So I've been on hornworm search every single day. Now, I didn't do it yesterday because the temperature was just too hot. And I know that doggone worm wasn't coming out. And it's because it was too hot and he was hiding under them leaves somewhere. So today I'll be out there trying to find out if I have any more hornworms on my tomato plant. All I can think about is fall. Fall, fall, fall. And what am I going to be planting in the fall? I don't know about you guys, but I know I pull out my planner from the last season to see what I planted, when I planted it. I'm in my gardening books to see if there's any new seeds that I want to try this season. I've drawn out my diagrams on how I want everything to go in my garden. So your girl is on the fence because I know there's certain staples that I want to always grow in my garden, and then there are some new things that I'm thinking about trying. I have them already planted outside in my garden, trying to protect them from the elements that I'm dealing with over here in my garden. But with that being said, let's figure out what Miss Renee is going to be planting for this fall. So, this is my game plan. You know, I always grow cabbage. So, I'm thinking that last year when I did cabbage, they grew, but they didn't get really big because you know in the fall when we're planting like cabbage or brassicas and stuff like that, they don't get as much sunlight as we're used to getting in the spring and summer, so they grow a lot slower. So this is just my thinking. I'm thinking I'm going to get my cabbage seeds growing now, get them big, because if I get them big enough, then maybe that will speed up their growing time so I can at least get a head of a cabbage. Last year I had beautiful leaves and my heads were there, but they just wasn't forming. So, like I said, I'm going to plant my cabbage seeds early, try to give them a little head start, and I'm going to baby them and try to get them strong. So when I do plant them out into my fall garden, I'll be able to, hopefully, fingers crossed, get a few heads of cabbage this season. So the cabbage that I will be planting this season is I'm going to do this fairy round Dutch cabbage. And this one, let me put my glasses on so I can see what I'm talking about. See, this one, they say the day to harvest is 71 days. You hear me? 71 days. So that's why I'm thinking if I can get a jump on it, I can maybe get that 71 days down into the 60s, like a 65 days so I can harvest the cabbage. So that's the reason why I'm going to start my seeds quick. And then the other cabbage that I'm going to be trying is I'm going to do the Copenhagen Market early cabbage, which I always grow. And this one is 63 days. So if I plant it early, then maybe I can cut that down and get it into the 50s, like 59. I'm hoping. And then I'm going to try this early Gordon Golden Acre cabbage. And this one is 70 to 80 days, child. This one's a long running one. So I don't know how much time I can speed up on this one, but I'm sure going to do my best. And these are my ones I always grow. The early Jersey Wakefield cabbage. And this one takes, um, trying to see how long this one takes before I can harvest. It doesn't say how long, so I'm just going to plant it and hopefully this bad boy will give me a cabbage because I think that is so cool. Isn't that so cute to have a cabbage that's all like curled all around each other and looks like a little flower, like a little, like a tulip? Isn't that beautiful? That's why I'm going to try to grow that one. And you know I always grow this one, the winter choy, Chinese yellow heart cabbage. Love, love, love. Love these. This is a beautiful rosé. Um, and it tastes so good and it holds up to the winter. And the leaves and stuff of it are real strong. So I always, always, always grow this every single fall into the winter. And I'm still harvesting in the wintertime. That's how great this particular Chinese yellow heart winter choy does. It's not a cabbage, it's a choy. So this one is something that my husband really, really enjoys. So I got to keep growing it every year. And then I'm going to try this. I try to grow this lettuce, this Arctic King in the spring, but it didn't do so well. But it says it's supposed to be a cold hardy lettuce. So we're going to try because fall is when the season gets cold. So I'm hopefully that this will be able to grow some lettuce in the fall into the winter. Wouldn't that be something? This is going to be so, so cool. I can't wait. And then I'm going to try this red acre cabbage. This one doesn't have a picture, but this one, days to germinate. Let's see. It doesn't tell me. It just tells you the depth and the spacing and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to try. All I can do is try. And then this one is going to be the Charleston Wakefield cabbage. Now this one says it takes 79 days. Fingers crossed. I'm going to try to speed up that process and get it going. And you know that I have been on the struggle bus with my onions. So I'm going to try to try these onions and see if I can grow me some white onions. And it says for 64 days until maturity. So I'm hoping that I can get these growing and then I can put them out there in the wintertime and just maybe like heal them up and put some mulch over them to kind of like protect them during the winter. And we're going to see if these will come back in the spring and produce me some onions. Because I got to find a technique that works for me that I'll be able to grow me some onions. Because that's the one thing, well, two things, onions and carrots. I've been on the struggle bus for these two items. So if I could just get enough onions, because you know everybody, we use onions on a daily basis, and that's one thing that I would need as a staple in my house. And I'm trying. You guys know I'm always harping about trying to not go to the grocery store and try to grow as much of the stuff that we need on a day-to-day basis. And onions is one of my staples. So I'm going to try. I'm never going to give up. Even though it's been a challenge, I'm going to push through and I'm going to keep on trying until I'm successful in growing me some onions. So if you guys have any suggestions out there, just put them down in the comments and help your girl out and tell me your little tricks of the trade in order to grow onions. And then, oh, here's some more little seeds I have in these packages. I'm going to grow the Asian cabbage. I'm going to try that. And then here's, everybody's grown these Texas early grano onions. So I'm going to give these a try too. And I'm going to see how successful I am with this. Now this is another plant, this Brussels sprouts. When I tried to grow my Brussels sprouts in like the spring, summer, that doggone cabbage moth or that white butterfly was flying around and destroyed my plants because she laid all her eggs and all them little green worms were all over this plant. So I'm going to give this a try and see if I can grow it early, get them strong, then plant them out there because they say that Brussels sprouts do well in the cold, in the snow, all that. And you guys know I get some snow here in Virginia, zone 7B. So I'm going to try some Brussels sprouts and then I'm going to try some wait them broccoli because I love me some broccoli. So I'm going to plant a lot of broccoli and then that for now. And I think I'm going to throw some carrots out there. I'm going to try with the carrots because I know one year I planted some carrots and they went through the spring, the summer, the winter, and then when spring came again, they were all lush and green, and I was like, I just know I have some good carrots underneath all that greenery. Child, I pulled them carrots up, and them carrots were this big, and they weren't like the finger carrots. They're supposed to be a substantial size carrots, and they went through, like I said, spring, summer, fall, winter, and then back to spring, and they were so green and lush. It just made you so excited because you knew, oh, I know I'm gonna have some good carrots. Nope. So I'm gonna try with and grow some more carrots. All right, guys. So this is what I'm planting. So the next videos coming up is going to be me planting some in the little pea pellets. You guys seen pea pellets before. Let me get in and show you what I'm talking about. You guys have seen me grow in these before. These are those pellet little pod things. Let me show you in case, because I have a lot of new subscribers that may have never seen this before. And they come just like this. And then when you put some hot water on these pellets, they expand about this big, and the soil and everything is in this like this little netting, and then you let it cool, and then you put your holes. I always put 2 seeds in each one of these pellets. I put 2 holes, drop the seeds in, cover them up with their soil, and then I put them in like a homemade greenhouse, like a takeout container that has a really nice dome on the top, and I just put them in there, put them on my kitchen table right in front of my bay window, and they germinate pretty well for me, and I've always done it that way. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to grow some by these pellets. I'm going to grow them, I'm going to sow some outside, put some of these seeds outside, and I'm going to cover them, and I'm going to put them in like a little shady area so they won't get too much exposed to too much of the heat and the weather that we have. And then I was thinking about, I may try put some in those milk containers and see if I could grow some that way. So I'm going to be doing it 3 ways. Pellets, I'm going to be putting them outside, and then I'm going to be sowing them in their individual containers outside in my garden. So wish me luck, you guys. So that is what I'm thinking about, what is going to be going into my fall planting. So let me know, because I know a lot of you guys have already started your seeds for your fall garden. So let me know down in the description box what you guys are planting and how successful you were in the previous fall season. Now, like I said, now this successful. Always do well with this. Cabbages, but you know, like I said, I get all the beautiful leaves and I can eat those leaves and enjoy those. But the main thing is when you do a cabbage, you want to be able to cut a cabbage, a nice firm cabbage. And the things that I'm trying that I've never tried before is this lettuce. I'm going to try this lettuce, and I'm going to try this there's one of these that I purchased when I went to, oh, this is the one, this Fairy Round Dutch is supposed to be cold hardy. Let me show you, tell you what the stats are on this. It says it takes cold weather better than most varieties. That's why it caught my eye, because I was like, ooh, maybe this one will be successful. So you know I'm going to start a lot of these. And it says it forms a compact head weighing 3 to 4 pounds at maturity. So when I get up there and cut that cabbage, it's supposed to weigh 3 to 4 pounds, child. And it says it's high in vitamin A, B1, B2, and C. So your girl's gonna give this one a try. This is what the name of it is. In case you wanna go to, I got this at Lowe's and I paid $2.19, but I get like a little discount, military discount, so that always helps. So, all right, guys. So I just wanted to bring you my video on what I will be planting this fall. Hope this encourages you to get your seeds going, because before you know it, fall will be here. Woohoo! Keep your fingers crossed for you, girl, that I will be able to get these onions. This is my main focus here, is onions, 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 because I'm going to try them in the fall, and then I'm going to try them again in the spring and the summer. I'm going to keep trying until I can pull out an onion and it looks nice and big and plump like this. The onions that I can grow really good are just the little small white onions that I always give a haircut to take the green tops off and make my powder, my green onion powder out of. Now those little pearl onions, that's what they're called, pearl onions. I can do really, really well with those, but you have to use so many of the pearl onions, and I want the big boys. I want to step into the big boy game. I want to be able to go out there and pull out some red onions, some white onions, some yellow onions. That's my mission, because you know I tried to grow them in that landscaping fabric that I got from Temu that had the pre-holes, and I put all those onions that I purchased from Dixondale. And remember, I told you my problem with that. I had the raccoons, I had Rocky, I had the rain, so those onions did not fare well for me. So I will definitely not put onions in that spot ever again. I'm going to move them to another location. What location that'll be, I don't know, child. I'm still trying to work that out, but I have all the way until spring to figure it out. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope I inspired you to get out there and grow your groceries and be able to go out there and harvest some of that food for your family and your friends, and to be able to stay out of that grocery store. Yep, main mission, because the prices are going up, and that will inspire you to start taking a chance and growing these vegetables yourself. All right, guys, don't forget to give your girl a thumbs up. Go ahead and hit that notification bell so you'll know when I have another video coming your way. And please keep me in your prayers for these vegetables, child, because I need all the help I can get. And if you would like, as I'm asking again, put some suggestions out in that comment box so I'll know how to get these onions growing, and so I can go out there and I can be two-fisted with onions in each one of my hands. Woohoo! That would be the best day ever. All right, guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can see if Miss Renee is able to grow her some onions and carrots and all this other stuff. Fingers crossed. I'm having good thoughts. I can do it. I know I can. Because why I know I can? Because I have my fabulous garden community behind me 100%, pushing me, saying, encouraging me, Renee, you can do it. Get on out there, girl. This is what you need to do. Use this type of fertilizer. I can hear you guys in my head, but getting it out there and getting it done is another thing. But I know I'm going to win this battle. Woohoo! All right, guys, take care, and I will see you in the next video. Grow, grow, grow. Love you, love you, love you. Take care.